Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the live. I'm glad that you're here, that you survived the week. Cause it's Friday, Friday. Gotta get down on Friday. Only a few people will probably know that song, so shout out to the people who do. How you guys doing today? How are you guys doing? Today we're going to be talking about self-confidence, stability, security with leisure time, how that relates to leisure time, and how the fact that you enjoy your leisure time and you transition through life every day with leisure time, how that will boost your self-confidence. So a lot of people deal with insecurity. They may not even know what that even is, but they deal with not thinking that they're going to get what they want. You know, having certain desires and not even making it a goal because they're like I don't even see, that's not me. They don't identify with the things that they want in this life. So if you ever feel like some of the things that sound fun, sound interesting in this lifetime, you do not identify with that, that can indicate that you're dealing with insecurity. So today that's what we're going to talk about, how to increase your security altogether with leisure. Now remember, check out the links in the description. You can purchase You Are Programmed if you are interested in reprogramming your mindset the easy way, as well as check out Transition with Leisure in order to book a mindset coaching session. Make sure to book a 15-minute consultation if you guys would like more information, and we're going to go ahead and get into it. So I'm going to post the question for today. I am a little early. I came on about an hour earlier than what I usually do, but I wanted to see what was outside on an early Friday. Let's see what you guys are doing. Some of you guys are getting off of work. Some of you guys got off of work a couple of hours ago. So let's see where everybody's mindset is today. How are we doing? How is life going for you? Hello, Istiayo. Hello, hello. Hello, Richard. How are you? How are you guys doing? Thank you for the likes. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, that's very interesting. Okay. Okay. How are you guys doing? Y'all let me know in the comments below. Today is Friday. I'm super happy. Do y'all have any plans this weekend? Let's see. We are going to make a question for today. Yes. No. So we have our poll for today. Hello, Jay. Hi, Nathaniel. Hello, Damien. Hi, Nais. Hey, Jared. Happy birthday. Hi, John. Thank you, Jared. I appreciate you. I don't know what that is. What's a Burkina? Never heard of that place. I'm from America, y'all. The good old America. Thank you, y'all. So if y'all ever have felt insecure in your life, this is a conversation that will make you feel less insecure. You may even leave feeling confident. You gonna leave like, oh shoot, I'm that girl, I'm that guy, I'm the man. That's what y'all gonna be beating on y'all's chest. I'm the man after this conversation today. Make sure y'all vote in the poll. Make sure y'all vote in the poll. Y'all, I'm from America. I'm an American. Today's going to be an exciting conversation that discusses leisure routines, boundaries, especially, and skill building leisurely activities that will boost your security. So y'all ain't going to be leaving this conversation feeling insecure if you listening. Hey, John. How are you today? So y'all not going to be insecure. We're going to get into the conversation. Nathaniel said, in some ways, we all are. Well, that's why the option in some areas is open for you if that is how you feel. Make sure you vote, Nathaniel. Hello, Forrest. You searching right now? What you searching for? Yes, I took out the braids. Y'all may even see me in a new hairstyle next week. Be prepared. Okay, GB, have fun. So y'all make sure y'all vote. Make sure y'all vote. We got 8 votes. And make sure y'all like the live as well. Okay, Damien. Hi, Mr. Bold. It's good to see you, friend. Quality person. Searching for a quality person. Okay, period. Keep it up. I'm happy for you. You gonna find what you're looking for. Just you know, think about it and write about it and revise it daily. Okay, paper. Well, that's interesting. Somebody like me, okay, friend. You know, you're gonna have to go to a library. Go to the library. Go to the grocery stores. You know, you're gonna have to go outside on the walks. Go take a nature walk. She might be out there taking a walk, exercising, stretching. I don't know. You might find her there. Go take some classes. Go take a lot of classes. You might find her there. I hope you find her. Period, John. So we're just gonna wait, see who all comes in. Like I said earlier, we came on a little early, which is okay. I wanted to see who was on here early. So I'm super excited. And I was talking to somebody today because I really want to create things for the people who's watching me. Like, I don't just want to just create things that I'm interested in because y'all are not interested in what I'm interested in. Y'all may not even know what I'm talking about half the time, right? So I really want to create more things for y'all. So I'm going to be asking y'all more questions about what y'all want. What are y'all interested in? What do you want for life? Because I may have the key. And I want to help y'all unlock whatever y'all need help unlocking. Hey, Susanna. Okay, interesting. We got 9 votes. Let's see, one more person vote for me so we can get to 10. Let's see who can get us to 10. Who is going to be our 10th vote? We'll see, we'll see. If you are the 10th vote, let me know. I'm doing well, baby. How are you doing? How are you? We got 1 more minute. Hey, Big Puller. How are you? Make sure y'all vote in the poll. Okay, thank you. So, we're going to go ahead and get started, y'all. So today, the gist of the conversation today is discussing leisure and relating leisure to self-confidence, as well as the daily routines, how daily routines and actually creating boundaries around your daily routines will support you in self-confidence and really enjoying your leisure. You know, one of the things that we talked about in these conversations is that sometimes people who consider themselves poor, they do not always fully enjoy their leisure time as much as someone who has more money, right? So this is going to also be a way in which people can enjoy that leisure time and not stress during leisurely activities. You okay, Vice President one day. Paper said insecurity is a state of being, not an identity. Yeah, some people consider that's who they are. Once you say I am, that becomes your identity. So it can be both the identity and the state of being. Hello, Nikki. Hello, Rorico. I'm doing well. How y'all doing? Hey, Wilbur. So far we got to 12 votes. And make sure y'all like the video. The question is, are you insecure? 25% said yes. 42% said no. 25% said in some areas, which is yes. And then 8% said I don't know. So we all may feel like we do, well, not all of us, about less than 60% feel like they are insecure in some way. How did I sleep? With my eyes closed. Thank you, Mr. Bold. I appreciate you. So, hey, Sir Adam, welcome back. So let's get into the etymology of it all. Yes, Paper. Insecurity is, this is what Paper said, insecurity is rooted in being disconnected from your true self. Okay. Jared said, in life, we just don't have to worry, but we do. Okay, so self-confidence. When you look into the etymology of self-confidence, you get to trust. So self-confidence means you trust yourself. Do you realize that a lot of people's problems stem from them not trusting themselves? You don't even trust yourself because you have not been accountable to yourself. You haven't followed through with yourself. You haven't provided the needs for yourself. So therefore, yourself, this physical body, is yourself, right? The physical body that you're in is the self. Yourself does not trust you, your spirit. So stability, which is a very important topic, that means grounded reliability. So think about the floor that you stand on, the ground that you stand on. Is it reliable or is it squeaky? Do you feel unsafe walking over it? Because once you start to feel that fear of not being safe, that something could collapse, is no longer stable. So think about the routine, the routine that you have every day will kind of be considered that foundation, that ground, right? Because it kind of etches out the boundaries for the activities during your day. The next thing that we have is security. You know, we're talking about insecure, which means not secure. So security means freedom from fear. So if you're insecure, you do not have the freedom from fear, right? You are not free of fear, which as human, we all experience fear. I do believe that fear, this is my personal belief, I believe that Earth is programmed for fear, right? We are in the dimension where fear is accessible, and we are kind of all born with a sense of fear, right? So I do think that we're going to always have a sense of insecurity. And I don't think insecurity is always bad. The conversation about awe, right? Awe is multiple emotions mixed together. It's fear and amazement, right? So when you mix those two emotions together, it creates fear. So we experience awe when we go out and we see tall mountains because we see that there's something greater than us. So a lot of times when we know that there's something bigger than us, especially anything larger than us that could impact our survival, it will create a sense of insecurity. So I don't think that insecurity is bad. It just depends on how you take that insecurity. You can take that insecurity and physically abandon yourself. Or you could take that insecurity and acknowledge that there are things greater than you. And it will also, if you just acknowledge that there are things greater than me and beyond my capability, people, places, and things that I can probably not even imagine, then that's a healthier relationship with insecurity. Hey, Mother God. Welcome back. Hello, James. Welcome back. Thank you, Noble. Paper, you said the key is to accept the unpredictability of life and not control it, because eventually you always lose control. You never lose it if you don't try to have it. So, let's just, but those are some of the words I wanted to break down before we got into our conversation today. I may have to say that a few more times today, okay? So we're going to go ahead and continue with the conversation, because I do believe that one thing for me personally growing up is that I never had routines. I didn't have them parents who told me what to do. I told myself what to do. My mom didn't even wake me up for school. I woke myself up. I got myself dressed. I chose the outfit I wanted to wear. I got home and I ate what I wanted to eat. Like I cooked what I wanted to eat. So I never had anybody really telling me what to do. That's probably why I act the way I act. I don't like people telling me what to do, because I didn't grow up with people telling me what to do, when and what and how, right? I had basic like respect cues. Hey Sean, but that's why I know, like, when it comes to structure and stability, that's probably why I'm a life path 4. That's probably why I'm a life path 4 in this lifetime. So that's one thing I'm really interested in. Hey, Brian. Howdy, Samuel. John talking about class in session. Sean talking about I'm present. Okay, present. Okay. I'm a goddess. Okay. Period. That's not the first time I didn't heard that. So where's my, here we go. Okay, 100% precipitation. I ate the outfit. How you know what the outfit look like? How you know? Faber said, instead of fearing the unknown, reframe it as a source of opportunity and a chance to build resilience. So when it comes to routine, understand that life is very predictable. And that is what kind of increased one's survival rates, is testing the predictability of life and being reassured that that's what's going to happen. We know that it's normal to have a winter, a spring, a fall, and a summer, depending on where you live. Every location is different. We know that you need to go to sleep, typically at nighttime. We know that you need to eat to survive. So human beings are very predictable. Even the fact that the normality for women is to have a period every month, right? And then once you get to a certain age, it no longer happens. So there is a system to being a human. Your physical body even creates systems. It goes by circadian rhythm, which is like basically, the sun. Let me not go into it, because that's not where we at today. And that's not what I don't want to get off topic. So there are so many cycles that a human being experiences, which is the reason why we survive, because we are predictable. So when you think about it, routine is both efficient, but it's a survival need, right? It's our biological need to have some form of routine. And when you think about it, that's the reason why we have time as well, because it creates some type of structure. But as well as when things are just happening, you get confused. Like, I feel like that's one thing that leads people to depression, is a lack of routine sometimes. And the days just go by. You stop you forget what day it is. You forget the hours. You forget the things that you need to do. This is just me, right? Thinking this is my ideas. So I think that having a routine keeps your mind in order as well. So your brain actually needs predictability. Brian talking about circadian rhythms are more in line with getting pregnant. Circadian rhythms refer to the body's natural 24-hour cycle that regulates various physiological and behavioral processes, such as sleep-wake patterns, hormone release, body temperature, and alertness. There we go. I didn't want to get too much into it because I didn't know the definition. Now we got the definition out there. Hey, Hold'em. You said I try a routine, but insomnia throws me all the time. Oh, man, you know, I'm being honest with y'all. Routines is not my best thing either. This is the closest thing that I've been to a routine with y'all and going to work. I go to work and I do this, and yep. So, what? Y'all know sometimes there are conversations that there are certain messages that I cannot read. So if anybody ever says something, y'all feel like I'm not responding to you, sometimes I just, the chat does not show me. Exactly, John. The chat, I was rewatching a video the other day and I saw somebody comment and I was like, I never saw that comment. Like this, I saw these other comments, but I never saw this one. So just so y'all know. People use it for conception. I think you're talking about something else. Y'all don't be sending numbers in the chat. Y'all be stressing me out. So, again, the brain needs routine because predicting things is what makes it feel safe. So this is actually known as predictive coding model, where the brain compares what is expected to what is actually happening. Where do y'all see Cornet? Am I missing something? Oh, hey girl. Thank you, baby. I have to scroll up because I'm like, where are y'all seeing this at? And thank you, James. You said the chat is giving you more love that you need. Y'all talking about, can I send you my number? Y'all just so thirsty. Why y'all acting so thirsty every day? Everybody, any woman that come in this chat, y'all just, y'all are a hoot. Anywho, when the predictions are accurate, it's like going to the lottery, like ding, 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 and it releases dopamine. It's like I was expecting to get up and brush my teeth and eat breakfast and then go outside and sit on the patio. And then I actually did that. Ding, 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 right? Versus like I was expecting to get up this morning, brush my teeth, eat breakfast, brush, and then go outside, sit on the patio, but I woke up 30 minutes late. So now I have to get up, brush my teeth, skip breakfast, speed, and now that has released cortisol and not dopamine, right? So when you release that dopamine, that ties into your learning and mastery. Like you learning and mastering things releases dopamine because it's like, oh my God, I just got it. I'm expanding. Life is amazing. So predictability signals safety, allowing the amygdala, which is where the fear is in our brain, to quiet down. So we want predictability so that the fear really reduces in our brain. And then the prefrontal cortex handles the focus, the planning, the emotional regulation, and the functions optimality. So what happens is the section of our brain that says we are going to be reasonable and think about these things can work better when you have a routine, because now you don't have the fear eating you up, like right? The fear is not there, so now it leaves space for you to think logically, right? Hold'em said for sure cortisol is higher for the first hour awaking, right? Let's look it up. Maybe for you, since you say you have insomnia, so you probably be up all night and waking up not okay. When is cortisol the highest? I'm so happy I have my handy dandy research tool, the computer. So it says cortisol levels typically peak in the early mornings between 6 and 8 a.m. This is due to the body's natural circadian rhythm, which prepares the body for the day ahead. I think today's vocabulary, first of all, I'm hearing ringing in my ear. Why? Okay. This prepares the body for the day ahead. Cortisol levels gradually decline throughout the day, reaching their lowest point around midnight. So there you go. In notebook, handy dandy notebook, exactly. So the reason why you need a routine altogether is so you're not stressed out, really. You know, you feeling stressed, you consistently being stressed and having all these things on your back is what's going to make you feel a little bit insecure trying to manage it all. So you get some form of routine, some type of expectation throughout the day. You don't have that fear. You don't have that stress. Now you can think logically a little bit more, because I know some of y'all don't know how to do that. So, you know, I ain't gonna say too much. But thank you, Wilbur. So then we have a piece of your nervous system that thrives on the routine. Like we talked about the nervous system and how you manifest. When you have some form of expectation in your day, your nervous system is able to regulate itself quickly. Not quickly, but easier than if you didn't. Not you trying to... It's 8 people in here, Epic. Go somewhere where it's like 2,000 people. Don't be playing with me. Hello, no name. Rorico said routines definitely can help you psychologically. Yes. And so when you get that routine, your whole nervous system is able to function a little bit better. You're able to digest your food better, right? I know, right? Get out of here. That's what it does. Get out of here. That's what I'm gonna tell people. You're able to digest your food better. You start to feel like you are safe. No name, we're talking about how routine helps you feel more secure and confident, and how having leisurely activities, a part of that routine, helps you have a better life altogether. So when you know, okay, this time I'm gonna wake up, this time I'm gonna go to sleep, this time I'm gonna eat, this time I'm going to do some type of leisurely activity, it regulates that that nerve, the vagus nerve, which really is a very important nerve, and it improves emotional resilience. It helps you not be so emotional, have your emotions all over the place, and it helps you really to perceive the world around you better. Like a lot of the times, look, we just need to have a whole conversation about the circadian rhythm. That's the 3rd time it's coming up. It's like, let's just have a whole conversation about the circadian rhythm at this point. Let me add it to the list. Leroy, you said teaching on the internet? Yes. No, I'm not studying medicine. I'm studying communication. So we just want to make sure that we have something that helps us maintain our mentality. Let's just say mentality, right? Because some people are literally, they deal with mental illnesses, and like, you know, some people who deal with bipolar depression, some people who deal with what's another little things like even having ADHD or having autism, being on the spectrum. These are things that people deal with every single day. And the reason why some of these children thrive when they're dealing with these disorders or things like that is because they have a routine. And, you know, me being working with kids, you could tell some of the kids who could thrive and be a lot better if their parents just dedicated time to keep them in order, give them order, right? And it is very sad to see that some people could really thrive if they had order, but not every parent knows that. Not every parent has that belief in their head that it's like, okay, if I just give my kid their needs met, then they'll be more successful, right? So now hold on. Hi, TWC. Welcome back, baby. No name, you say you dealt with it. What'd you deal with? Hi, the pillow. In fear of eye. Okay, interesting. So are you saying you're on the spectrum? Because people who are, okay, if you keep commenting this. But yeah, some people who are on the spectrum do not like eye contact at all. You said major depression, 5 years from SSRIs. I don't know what SSRIs is. Selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors. Antidepressant medication. Oh, so, oh, you said, oh, you've been 5 years free. I'm so empathetic. Who? My name is Meiana. Meiana, y'all. So, empathetic. I thought I read that right. That's a good name. Oh, that's good. No name. Oh, okay, no name. You said not with everyone, just with some special person. Okay. So, at the end of the day, not only do your nervous system become more regulated when you have some form of routine, but you also receive emotional benefits as well. So you start to feel like you have some form of control. You feel like you can trust yourself because, look, you plan for something to happen and then it happened. And these are the little things in your day that really, some people don't realize how much it makes them more confident. Imagine a timeline, imagine a time in your life where you didn't know what to expect the next day and how you might have felt, but you felt like you were not getting your needs met. It's different when you don't know what to expect, but all of your needs are being met, right? But when you have needs that need to be met and you don't know how they're going to get met, and then on top of that, you don't have no sense of expectation for anything, it literally can drive you crazy. So with consistent routines, those are linked to higher subjective well-being. So that basically means people perceive their happiness higher, right? Than if they didn't have a routine. They perceive themselves having a better mood, and they don't have depression as much compared to people who don't have a routine at all. So the importance of routines can help you have a better emotional regulation altogether. And then people who maintain structured leisure, so, going to exercise classes, taking walks during the morning or during the evening, they report stronger emotional regulation and social connectedness. So if you are not engaging in some form of a leisure, then it can really hinder you compared to someone who has leisurely activity daily. And what happens is when you have that routine, it starts to make you feel safe, insecure, and it reduces you from feeling overwhelmed or depressed. I'm not going to say it doesn't save you from depression, because people deal with depression for different reasons, but it can really decrease the chance of you experiencing it. Yeah, John, Virgos definitely like stability. As a Gemini, I'm a little bit more chaotic. I'm a little bit more chaotic, friend. So let's look at the poll real quick. 32% said yes. I feel like this is like the lowest yes that I've seen. 39% said no. 19% said in some areas, and 10% said I don't know. Very interesting. So when you have routines, this is how routines build your confidence and stability. When you have routines, it provides an evidence and a feedback basically telling you that you are reliable. Like I said earlier, some people just don't trust themselves. And you know that you don't trust yourself when you don't feel like you can get what you want. If you say, "Oh, it would be nice to go on a boat one day," instead of saying, I need to go get me a boat so I can go on a boat." Or, "Oh, I would love to go to the market on Saturday," instead of saying, "I am going to go to the market," right? And then I'm not saying y'all, but you may say something like that, and then Saturday come and you don't get up and go to the market. Or even some people that are like, "Oh, I need to go call a loved one," and then you never call them, right? So it's when you follow through with the things that you say you want to do, you trust yourself. You say, "I trust myself, but not others," if that makes sense. I mean, yeah, it makes sense, but like, who you don't trust? Who are you around that you don't trust? Because I don't trust people, so I don't go around them. And when I don't trust people, I just stay on my P's and Q's, and I know that if you fuck with me, I'm suing you. Don't play. We're going to courts. We're going to find a way because y'all not about to play with me. You got to think about the outcome. If these people play with me, then what? Y'all don't know how to drive near me, then what? You're going to jail. I already got my phone out ready to record your license plate. Y'all over here trying to bully me, I'm snitching. We're taking it to the court. And you know, sometimes you got to be like that. No name, you said routine turned into a habit and a lifestyle. So, you know, sometimes when you, and that could be a whole different thing. Sometimes if you don't have trust in the systems around you, then that could decrease your self-esteem. So sometimes we have to figure out what is around us that will support us in our times of need. Who is around us who will support us, especially as men. I mean, I'm a woman, but as men, I know that having a group of men who are like-minded around you, who you can depend on, is very important, especially if you want to be in a relationship and build a family, be a married man. You know, you want to be a married man. First of all, you have to come to acceptance with it and say, I want to be a married man. And then go out and find a community of like-minded men, which is possible to have that. And then y'all have to be on the same mindset of we're getting to the bag. We're taking care of our village. We are a united front. And those are usually before your wife. When you were in times of needs, usually you're going to go to the men around you for support before immediately. And I say like maybe financial support or like business support or like something that you don't want to put that weight on your wife. And then your wife will be the next option, right? So you need a group of people. And that's just one form of stability and security. Soul tribes, exactly, John. But full of masculine men, if you are a masculine man, right? You can have, and then outside of that, they may be married or in partners or with families, and then that is an external support as well. So, when you do what you say you're going to do, what happens is your body communicates with itself and says, hey, I am trustworthy. I just followed through. How many? Okay. And then you said, I'm a man, but I've been burned before from friends and family. Okay. Hey, D-Nice. So when you think about this, hold on. Because I know you said that I don't trust other people. I do believe that sound like is more of a lack of trust in yourself. Because when you've experienced something with people so many times, it's hard to see that there are people like that will not treat you like that. And once you cut them people off and you start identifying where did I get the sign that this is their behavior, and I completely say whatever. So it's kind of like, let's say a woman is like, she gets with a man, and this man has talked about how he has 3 baby mamas, 5 kids. He don't take care of the kids, but she still stay with him. And because he's giving her attention and validating her in this moment, she's in love with him. She sees the world in him. She gets pregnant, and then she ends up being the 4th baby mama, right? So that's basically saying you had some form of an inkling, although they were treating you well right now, you had some form of an inkling that he could have treated you possibly like this. And instead of saying, hey, I'm just take that as a sign and move on, you stayed, right? So little things like that, I think that sometimes we get those little signs and we don't take them seriously, and so then we have to learn through it, right? It's the same way as if you have a friend who lies consistently, and you even see that this friend is lying to their partner, and you think that the person that they lay their head down with, who tripping? The person that they, oh, she tripping. Yeah, the girl in the analogy was tripping. Yeah. The person that they lay their head down with, they lying and cheating on them, you think that they're not going to do the same thing to you. That's the number one indicator not to trust somebody if they can't even be trustworthy to their partner, right? So, because women are attracted to the traits that men have. So, yeah, sometimes, and sometimes it really does feel defeating to say, but we do have to say, where did I get an inkling that they had this behavior? Because what's going to happen is you're going to come across it again. Because when you're confused Exactly, John. Red flags. When you're confused, so I feel like when you're confused, that's one of the best ways to keep attracting the same situation in your life is through confusion. Because what happens is you keep trying to figure it out, and then you get different examples in your world to support you in figuring it out. So just sit down now and figure it out so you don't keep attracting things to support you and trying to understand what's going on, you know? And just figure out what was that first inkling that, oh, this bitch ain't shit. These family members ain't and it's okay to cut family members off. It's okay. Hey, GR. Welcome back. Welcome back. I'm telling y'all firsthand, it is okay to cut family members off. I don't care who it is. It could be your great grandma. Cut that bitch off. So if she ain't giving you, if she not getting your needs met and being a good supportive person, cut them off. There's no need. Create your own family. Hi, Iker. In-laws too. Cut them off. You said, Rico said, the signs are always there when something's not right. I know for me personally, I trust my gut. It's never led me wrong. Okay, the intuitive king. John, you said some people jump into relationships knowing it's not going to work out low-key. Because guess what? They never wanted a relationship to begin with. So you live alone to defend yourself from bad energy. That's a whole statement right there, Hold'em. That's a whole statement right there. You live your life in a certain manner because you are afraid of something because of an experience that you've had in your past. So now, in a way, because you have not been able to understand and overcome that experience, you are punishing yourself. Right? Because if you wouldn't be saying because of this if you wanted to live alone. Because me personally, I got 8 people who live in this house with me. You know? So I'm lying. Living alone should be a choice of happiness. Right? You should want to do it. It shouldn't be because of this, this, and this. It should be I live alone because I want to. So your confidence will grow when you have structure and stability in your life. So when your predictability is broken, oh, my son is underneath my chair. I didn't even realize it. So when your daily, hey Deep, when your daily routine is impacted, such as you get sleep deprivation, you have some form of an unpredictable schedule, or you even could have inconsistent meals. Like one day you didn't eat all day, then the next day you ate, and then another day you didn't eat all day, then the next day you ate, right? The nervous system loses that rhythm. Like imagine really what's like, let's be so honest. You are putting out a frequency, right? You got your aura, which is an energy around you, but you are always putting out a frequency that you don't hear. It's felt. So your frequency is going, and then you have a routine, and your complete routine just effed up, and it's going like this. Now we're trying to get back to, but it's starting to feel like, you know, so we want to make sure that the sound, the music that we're producing from our frequency is a consistent vibe. We trying to vibe. We trying to be in the, y'all ever seen that? You ever seen that meme where they like this? That's how we're trying to go through life. That's why we need a little bit of a routine. You say you were defensive too much. Honesty is the first step. Awareness and honesty. So you almost there, friend. No name said frequency because that's the language of the universe, boo. Period. Exactly, John. Exactly, Rico. I'm a whole vibe rock, you know, something like that. Thank you, GR. Like GR said, don't forget to like the conversation. No name said that's why it's called a rhythm. Exactly. Exactly, no name. See, you speaking some facts. No name speaking some facts. So we're trying to keep a rhythm to life. We're trying to dance through life. Y'all know the colors. What's some dancing like? I'm thinking like old 70s dances where they just vibing, you know, just vibing. So we just trying to vibe through life, and you can't vibe when you don't know what to expect. It's like being in a jungle. A lack of expectation is like being in a jungle. When you start hearing a caw, it's like dark and it's a full moon. Imagine it. It's a full moon, it's dark, you see the branches and you see like the vines from the trees, and you see monkeys just jumping from the tree left to right under the full moon, and you hear caw caw, and then you don't know what to do. Then you hear grrr, and then you see a cave behind you, you see big white eyes piercing behind the cave, and it's like, what's next, right? But versus you being in the suburbs, you just chilling. It's a regular day. You hear tweet, 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 tweet. You get your fresh air. You get your coffee. You put your robe over yourself. You like, being rich and wealthy, right? Then you drink your little tea or coffee. Then you turn around, go back in the house. Which one do you feel like you're going to be the most confident in, right? That's why we need a routine. John said our organs is our body's representation of instruments. Interesting. Interesting. Love you too, DV. You said you need to get your black curtains back so your circadian rhythm thrown off. Okay, you is a bet. Okay. Boy, please stop those things. You said, yeah, we ain't exposed to that environment no more. Exactly why? Because humans want to survive. And they realize in order for me to survive, and not just survive, but thrive, I need something more predictable. So what we did, we came together, we built communities, we built neighborhoods to keep it out of our lives. Right? We said we don't want the outside. We're trying to be where we're trying to be so we can survive. So we want to make sure, because that's just me being dramatic with the jungle, but there are actual real things that happen. Sometimes it could be, okay, I had a routine, but then I had to take a trip to a different country whose time zone is different and the sun comes up at a different time. So now I have to adjust to sleeping. So those type of things can disrupt your routine, the rhythm that you have for yourself. And sometimes it can be difficult for people to get back into that routine, if they don't align to the structure that they have already. Rock says civilized. Yeah, we're trying to be civilized people. So when you lose that rhythm, your body again starts to produce that cortisol, and it starts to feel like you in a jungle sometimes if you don't know how to get back to that routine. You said, I'm unable to prioritize myself with any random guy. That means that you don't love yourself. That means you need to start practicing. Practice make perfect. During daylight savings, ooh, Rock, that's interesting. You think it's because the routine is shifted? Is that what it is? That's interesting. Baby girl, it sounds like you need therapy, baby. You need therapy, baby. So, sometimes when you feel burnt out because you don't have a routine that actually encapsulates all the things that you want in your everyday life, right? You'll start to feel burnt out because your routine does not include those things that allow you rest and regulation for your body. Okay, hold on. You said look it up because they lose an hour of sleep. So I'll look it up just for you, friend. Just 1 hour of sleep sending these people into heart attacks. What type of people are these? I need to get something to where y'all can see me looking this up. At least a state of rest, decompress. Exactly. Every time I come home from work, I take at least 30 minutes to 1 hour to just sit down and rest. Sometimes I'll hug my son, depending on how I'm feeling that day, if he's not stressing me out. You said, as everyone is selfish, but I am not. I want to be selfish now. Yeah, you're supposed to be selfish. That is a protective measure. There's a difference in selfishness in a negative way and selfishness in a positive way. You want to be selfish in a way where you have personal boundaries and you prioritize your needs. Like, I need to eat at this time. I need to eat healthy, right? You know, we're not going to get into it. Hey, Lucifer. But Lucifer, we don't always want people to just be smoking, because sometimes smoking don't lead you to success every day. You don't want to just smoke because you stress. Maybe, you know, it's okay to do, but don't do it to 100% decompress when you got other things to do. Let's get our other things done and then do the other stuff. Not everybody can manage, you know, not everybody can manage their life like that. You know, just, you know, but if you can, if you Snoop Dogg, you do what you want to do. Yeah, Sean, we was talking about that earlier. That's not what I'm talking about right now. Well, I guess it could go in line with circadian rhythm, what I'm looking up. Exactly, hold on. Okay, shout out to you, shout out to how'd it go? Selflessness only on the weekends. That's why you need a mixture. Selfishness and selflessness. But this is not the class for today. I don't want to get into it because that's a long conversation, honestly. It's a very long and deep conversation about the balance of you versus others. Because there's a lot of things that go into it. John, I told you my story already about why I've had certain hobbies of creating ashtrays and earrings. Exactly, GR. Hey, Jorge. So what Google is telling me is that the spring forward, a study by Michigan Medicine found that a 24% increase in heart attacks on Monday following the springtime change. And they also noted a smaller increase in heart attacks on the Tuesday after the fall time change. But not all studies show that increase during fall. So they say the primary reason cited is the disruption to the body's internal clock or circadian rhythm due to the loss of an hour of sleep. This circadian rhythm is just controlling our lives, isn't it? And in sleep deprivation, losing even 1 hour of sleep can negatively impact cardiovascular health. Ooh. And some studies suggest that losing 2 hours of sleep in a week can increase the buildup of cholesterol plaques in the heart. Ooh. Y'all better go to sleep. Fuck it. Let's just all go to sleep right now. It's time to go to bed. No, I'm playing. I'm playing. It's a dozen of tourists. Try to say, what are you talking about, friend? But you didn't. So I chose I don't know on the poll. On the poll. Oh, friend, I don't know what you're talking about. But you chose I don't know. So that's the only thing I do understand. It only takes one traumatic moment to rewire the brain for the worst. Depending on how you handle that traumatic moment. So, y'all better go to sleep on time. It's putting a little fear in me. No, I'm playing. So, a lot of times, the more structure that you have in your day, the freer that you'll feel. A lot of people feel like, I want freedom, I want freedom. I want freedom for this, financial freedom. I want time freedom. I want to have time affluence, all those things. And the free that you feel, the more structure that you have, it gives you that opportunity to feel that freedom that you may be seeking. And the nervous system relaxes, your brain relaxes, you can think logically. It's a lot of things that structure can provide to you. When you have a schedule for yourself, it anchors you into this reality, right? We talk about being anchored. It anchors you into your reality in a healthy, safe way. The place where you live is so crowded, so any harm can happen since, oh, okay, that makes sense. That is insecurity. I can see that's insecurity. But you didn't see anybody harming to other persons. Okay. Hey, Thomas. Okay. That makes sense. So you have environmental insecurity, is what it sounds like. Okay. So it would be a crucial lesson on survival. Okay. Okay. And howdy, friend. Howdy. How do you? So there's some little things that you can do daily that can support you. I already feel like sometimes let's first focus on the things that you already do in your everyday life. So it's expected that you wake up every day. That's the first predictability. I woke up. Cool. You brush your teeth, right? I brushed my teeth. Even the fact that you have certain physical capabilities, right? If you do, so, you know, not all people have this, and but it's still a predictability, right? Even if you don't have this. So whether you have the ability to get up and move your body to do something versus if you don't, you have a known predictable response that you can be like, okay, this is what's happening. You get up, you brush your teeth, you consume something, water, you know, maybe you drink some hot tea, some lemon water, some tea and honey. If you anchor into what you already have in your day-to-day structure, you will feel like, okay, I actually already have something. You have something that showed you that you can trust yourself. You brush your teeth already. You can trust yourself. You may not trust yourself with all these other things, but there is something that you can anchor into in your everyday life. Oh, every morning I get up and I eat something I gotta put in the microwave, or I'll eat this, you know. Or maybe you wear a certain type of outfit every single day. Some people really do wear the same color every single day, right? And that gives them a sense of predictability and confidence, something that they don't have to worry about. Y'all want to know a secret? Y'all want to know a secret? Do y'all want to know a secret? Don't tell nobody. I'm telling y'all this. Y'all gotta tell me y'all want to know a secret. Y'all can't tell nobody. Okay, I'm gonna tell y'all the secret. Y'all ready? Y'all know I work at different locations, right? So I go to 2 different places during the week. Sometimes I will wear the same outfit that I wore on Monday, on Wednesday, because I know I don't have to think about what outfit I'm gonna wear, and it's already a nice outfit, and I'll just rewear the same outfit because nobody knows but me and now you guys. So that's a secret. I'll trust y'all with my secret. Take it to y'all's grave. So, and Sean, she talking about she trying to know how that feel. Girl, I ain't about to play with you, girl. Now she trying to know what that feel like. We're gonna have a group of it one day, Sean. And one of our brothers got you. One of our brothers in the chat, most likely Lucifer. He got you. You said you once told me pragmatic skills for kids. Also, the sentence you said you didn't understand why couldn't I express it cleanly. I am like this since I am not social. How can I improve myself? Let me look. Well, first of all, Shadatin, you actually express yourself really well in that first sentence. I just didn't have context. So maybe providing context, providing more context, right? And understand, Shadatin, I don't know where you live, baby. You don't be too insecure about how you communicate. You communicate well. Okay. So that's my first suggestion, is to anchor into the things that you already do. It may not be within a certain time frame, like, okay, I brush my teeth at 9 o'clock. I eat at 9:15, right? But you still have something that you do every day. Okay, I go to bed in this bed. You know, it's not like you sleeping in a different location every night, unless you are. So you may have housing insecurity, right? But there are things we can focus on that we can do every single day. And I would suggest for anybody who has any form of insecurity in that area of your life, make sure you do something every day. So if you have physical insecurity, you don't feel good about what you look like physically, then put a makeup on. You know, some women get up and they put waist trainers on. If you feel insecure about your body, go every day, do something that's going to help you get your body in shape, right? So there's something that you can do in every area of your life to feel more secure. Even if you feel insecure in your neighborhood, that's why you go to the hood. You see people with bars on their house. They got the bars on the window, the bars on the front door. You got people with the cameras. You got people who got it that pow, pow, pow in the closet or in the shoebox underneath the bed, you know? So there's a lot of things that you can do when you feel insecure, to kind of like not depressed, but reduce that insecurity. You need to shave your beard. Good advice. Why you need to shave your beard? Oh yeah, if you got a Jesus beard, y'all know, or a Moses beard, that's what it is. You got that Moses beard. That tells me a lot. It tells me a lot. You telling me you got that Moses beard and you not nobody's grandpa? I got a cousin. I'm gonna be honest. I got a cousin. We the same age. We actually was, look, hopefully ain't none of my family watching this, but we the same age. We was born like 10 days apart. I ain't got no kids. I know I only got one son. Only got one son. He sleep right next to me, my baby. He's actually awake. But my cousin has like four kids. Thankfully, it's with the same woman, and he married her. Thank God. But I say this because that man had the Moses beard. And it makes sense because he got 4 kids. He trying to provide for his family. He ain't got no time to take care of himself. Thank you, James. And hold him, you 31 with the Moses beard. Do you have kids? Let me not get on your head. I'm not going to get on your head, friend. So, no kids. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. So, now we're going to get into mastery and skill-based leisure. Creative skill-based leisure. Because this is one of the highest leisure on the board. Real Rico talking about, you hear her, John. I wasn't trying to include John in the conversation, but you know. So let me see if I can find this picture for y'all. Let me see. This is just a reiterating what we talked about on the hierarchy. Okay, period. Hold on. I'm a comedian. Y'all know I used to work at a comedy club. I should have been on the stage. So we talked a lot about social leisure and active leisure already. But today we're going to talk more about creative leisure and the importance of having a skill-based leisure that really helps you feel more confident in yourself altogether. The Meiana the Sage on stage. John, you are a hoot. There we go. So we know that the creative leisure is one of the highest on that hierarchy. The reason why is because you're expanding your own personal self. You're expanding your knowledge about the world. You're expanding your knowledge about yourself, your interests, your identity, right? You become somebody who enjoys swimming. You are a swimmer. Then you start to learn more about swimming. You start to become almost like a master of swimming. Not only do you know the body, the physical body information, the biology of swimming, but you may even know about pools. You know about so many things that a random regular person is not going to know anything about. Hey, Ray. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. So, first of all, we are all human beings on this earth to create, right? 1 + 2 comes together to create what? 1 plus 1, I'm sorry. 1 plus 1 comes together to create what? A different number. We're constantly creating in this world. We are creative beings. And those who are not creating, they just don't realize what they're creating. Because if you're not creating a physical thing, then you're creating an energy. You're putting an energy. If you're not creating one thing, you're creating another. 3. Right, let's stay on topic. Oh, that's why you said 3. Right, let's stay on topic. We're not talking about Halloween, friend. So creative leisure, there's so many creative leisures. And like I said, we have Pinterest in the description that gives you like a million hobbies. Hey, Angeles. Hey, baby. We have Pinterest in the description. Go look at the Pinterest in the description. It gives you so many hobbies. But creative hobbies could include journaling, dancing, gardening, playing an instrument, learning a language, cooking, pottery, or even coding. So even building robotics. Where's all my techies at in the chat? Where the techies at? So when you are into skill-based creative leisure, okay, hold on. There's a lot of men here who like to cook. Shout out to y'all. Okay, Ray, stay on topic. So what happens is when you are focused on a leisurely activity, the reason why it becomes skill-based is because you improve over time. So you starting from point A where you didn't even know how to do a box step. You know, I did a little ballroom in the past. You didn't even know how to do a box step, which is just stepping back to the side, forward to the side, right? That's a little dance. Now you know how to do the whole salsa dance. Baby, that's a skill you improved. So what's happening is whatever you're doing in your leisurely time, if you want it to be skill-based to improve your confidence, realize it's going to be something that you're probably not going to be that good at initially. And then over time, as you continue to do it, you're going to get better over time. Like for me, this is not a hobby, but me doing my hair. I've been doing my hair since I was in middle school. My own hair. I was the only person touching my own hair. Really, one of the last times I let somebody touch my hair was in high school, and nobody has ever touched my hair after that. Literally, I have never let somebody touch my hair after that. So I've been doing my hair for a long time, and y'all, it was not cute when I first started doing it. Thank God I didn't know it wasn't cute. But what happened is I learned, I made mistakes, I tried again, and I got better each time. Even cooking is a skill-based leisure if that's what you're really interested in. You're cooking and you're learning new recipes. You may have messed up a recipe, don't even know why. 6 months later, you realize why, right? Trial and error, like Rico said. You never look to cook, I buy and reheat. Okay, friend. You know, I be doing that too. When you get real busy, sometimes that cooking, it don't be giving. So what happens is it separates you from this passive leisure, because what's happening is you're engaging yourself in something. Now you are embodying it. We talk about so much about embodying things to manifest. You're embodying your skill. It becomes who you are in that moment. And also when you're into a skill-based leisure that you really enjoy, you kind of lose track of focusing on everything around you. You like really zone in, you get into that flow state, which is why I think that skill-based leisure that you're interested in can be one of the best ways to get into a flow state. You listen to some affirmations in the back of your mind, it goes straight to your subconscious because you're so actively focused on what's at hand because you're so interested in it. The latest chicken sandwich. Ooh, Ray. I hope you enjoy it. I might go get me a chicken sandwich. Who knows? You love too much? Okay. So what happens is also skill-based leisure can improve validation. And I've said this before, but a lot of people have problems with self-validation. It's because they're not confident in themselves. They don't trust themselves. So they need somebody outside of them, i.e. a relationship, a man, a woman, they mama, they daddy, they boss, they teacher, to validate their existence. Oh my God, I got an A. Look, I got an A. And if nobody's cheering for you, now you feel like this A, I'm unworthy. I'm nobody. Because nobody else is cheering for your accomplishments. So it's like, when you are so focused on a skill-based leisure, nobody is out here telling you, good job to you. You start to validate yourself. Look how far I've come. Look, if you, so I'm not going to say you can do that. Not everybody will validate themselves just because they have a skill-based leisure. Not everybody realizes that they should. I told y'all, I make certificates for myself on Canva. I will go on Canva, make a certificate saying, good job, Meiana. You said you was going to do what you wanted to do, and you did it. And I will go print that out in color, laminate it, and hang it up on my wall. Why? Because I validate myself. Even there has been things that I was really looking for the world to give me a sign, like, give me a sign, please. And I said, I forgot who I am. And guess what? I went and made my own sign. And now I use that sign to validate myself every day. So, I'm not going to say every day, but, you know, very often. So, when we focus on our skill-based leisures, you start to validate yourself in ways that you need validation. And you stop seeking it from everybody else. Just like if the baby girl still in the chat talking about, oh, I give so much of myself to these people. Well, why? What are these people giving back to you? How are they validating you? Right? Because in some way they're giving something back to you. It's kind of like, even in some of the most unhealthiest relationships, there are people who be like, why am I with this person? Not realizing that there's a aspect to that person that is being validated by, like, you're being validated by that person. So let's say, not trying to be rude, but there's an ugly woman with a really handsome man. That ugly woman, ugly because no woman is just like naturally ugly. There's sometimes they just don't be taking care of themselves. Sometimes that woman is being validated because, oh, I'm not cute, but my man is cute for both of us. And by looking at this man, I'm like, I just, you know, I feel better about myself. Or even with like old, ugly man. They give that young, hot lady, young and hot, tenderoni, baby. They like, hold up, I'm that guy, right? They wasn't feeling like that guy before that woman. But now that woman ain't coming into their life and they're like, you know what? I'm the man. I'm that guy. Hello, John Rodriguez. Ray said all women are beautiful, period. Hold on, you said it's a double-edged sword. You cut off that fat, but then sometimes left alone. It's better to be alone than be lonely in a room of people who you don't trust and you don't feel safe with. Because what happens when you alone, you start to get to know yourself better. You can start to figure out, what do I really want to be surrounded by? You re-regulate your system. You get calm. You get confident in who you are. You go out in the world, you attract a different reality. Why you gotta add clean? What does that mean, clean Latino guys? What does that mean? Clean. That you don't do drugs? Interesting. Young and hot keeps the heart going. If you say so. Might fuck around, give a nigga a heart attack. You never know. Listen to The Weeknd, same old song. The Weeknd by SZA. Is that the song you talking about? So what happens is you doing this skill. Sometimes you get those highs where they like, where you like, oh my God, I finally got it. Now all that dopamine, dopamine, and it's like, life is amazing. Even like the small improvements trigger dopamine. It's like, I never knew, I don't know nothing about robotics. But let's just say we trying to build a robot together. We're trying to build a computer. And it's like, I never knew that if I put this cord with this cord, it will power it up and program it to do this. But now I just learned how to program my robot to say hi and wave. And it's like, wow, look at that. From one little shift. Ray talking about, it mean they have to shower twice a day. Cleaning every way, in and out. Y'all are hilarious. Hey, Vivian. In and out. In-N-Out, period. I like In-N-Out burgers sometimes. In-N-Out burgers is cool. So, again, the science behind the flow, this is the science behind the flow state, is the prefrontal cortex, the part that is that's responsible for focus and your executive functioning. Executive functioning is following through, right? The logic, the reasoning. It synchronizes with your motor cortex, right? In your limbic system, and it creates a state of flow. In that it's a mental zone where time feels expanded and the self feels unified. So those are the actual systems in y'all's brain that is coming together to support your flow state when you are invested in a skill-based leisure. What that got to do, peanut oil, what that got to do with In-N-Out burgers? I don't know. Y'all tell me, what's the tea? I don't eat In-N-Out burgers all the time. It's not really that close to me, but I will if I'm close to it. You need AI to explain most of this stuff? Just go to Google. So there was a study done in 1990 where this man, whose name honestly I cannot pronounce, I'm gonna try it, Shishtamahali. So it's his flow theory. This is his theory. It explains that humans feel deepest fulfillment when skill and challenge are balanced, a direct outcome of creative skill-based leisure. Because what's happening is you have a challenge in front of you that you enjoy. You are investing in that challenge and you overcome it. And it's like, I won. Ding, 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 ding. I won. Hold'em said, don't trust AI. It's wrong half the time. It depends. Sometimes you got to make your AI do deep research. That's what I do. I have a list of topics that we talk about, and I have AI do deep research on the topic before I even get started. So it goes through like a lot of peer-reviewed articles, and that's how I start these conversations. I create the topics first, then I go do the peer-reviewed article research, and then I use that information. That's how I have these conversations. Okay, Ray said my AI validate me. Okay, Ray. So, I agree, Hold'em. I think ChatGPT is on some bullshit too. I agree. But what happens when you have these skill-based leisures, you have a physical proof of your growth. Like, it's like one day I didn't even know my ABCs, and now I can literally speak entire paragraphs. That is a proof that you've grown. You didn't know how to do this, now you can do it. You are reaffirming yourself each time you are engaging with these activities. When you repeat, you become more competent, and now you have increased your confidence. Ray, is that you? Ray, don't be lying. Who in the chat live in the basement? Who live in the basement? Y'all tell me the truth. So, when you are focused on a creative leisure, it's added to your day, in your routine, sometime in your day. Now you are focusing on building that leisure, focusing on that leisure. It got quiet, didn't it, John? Nobody said no, though. Y'all laughing in the chat. Nobody said no. So, nah, I'm messing with y'all. Okay, period, Ray. Period. So, when you have that skill-based leisure, you doing it every single day. Y'all tell me. We got 63 votes. We about to turn this off. Yeah, you know I am. I just be talking shit sometimes. I can't help it. Can't help it. But y'all tell me, what is y'all's leisurely activities? What leisurely activity have y'all done? I'm about to end this poll. We got 64 votes. So 31% said yes to being insecure. 42% said no, they are not insecure. 17% said in some areas they are insecure. And 9% said I don't know. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. I appreciate you guys. So we're going to go ahead and end the poll. Oh, Ray talking. Ray talking. Ray trying to start an argument. We're going to do a Q&A. What leisurely activity have you done today? I will say my leisurely activity that I've done today wasn't high quality. I mean, y'all know every day me coming on live is a form of leisurely activity, honestly, because I enjoy coming on live and it's a hobby and it's a skill as well that I'm building. So although I'm engaging, it's like a social skill-based activity all in one. So this is one of my ways that I have leisurely activities. I'll journal, but today, like, I decompress after work. That's one thing that I do, like a leisurely activity that I do. I'll come home and I'll decompress. So today I came home, I sat on my couch and I hugged my son. And then once I hugged my son, I don't know, what did I do? I actually got on live earlier than what I usually get on live today. So I got on live earlier. So usually I would sit down and watch TV, just kind of like zone out for a second and just relax before I get up and do anything. And then I have been sleeping a lot because when you're busy and you have 80,000 things to do in a day, it wears you out. So my leisurely activities have not been high quality as of lately, but it's not like it's not always high quality. It's just sometimes your schedule shifts. John talking about I wrote a song allegedly. What your song about? Hold on, you said cooking, reading books, TV shows, and movies, all introverted stuff. Okay, period. But you got something. And Ray, that's not a well, it is a leisurely activity. You do what you please. Ray, you ain't got to tell everybody my son is a cat. Ray, your leisurely activity is sleeping when you bored. We got to set up a Zoom. Okay, a little Zoom. Stay amazing. Period. Thank you, Cara. I appreciate you, baby. It's not sleeping when you bored, Ray. Y'all know sleeping all day is a sign of depression. Being lazy is a sign of depression, Ray. We got to get you a activity to do. We got to find you something to do, Ray. What you want to do? Let's go through. Let's talk about some hobbies to do. Do you want to be a painter? Do you want to do sewing? Do you want to do crocheting? Do you want to do robotics? You not depressed? Then why you sleeping all day? I mean, not sleeping all day, but why you sleeping? Just because you're bored. You bored. Let's go fix them now. You talking about you eating chicken sandwiches? You just eat and sleep. Right? What's going on? Okay, Real Rico said I'd be outside. So we're going to find your little activity to do. What you want to do, Ray? I know you say you like girls. Maybe you need to go to the coffee shop and start practicing macking on the women. Hey, you beautiful. You need an indoor cat? My son didn't move to the other side of the room. Red, come here. Come here, baby. He just closed his eyes. Come here, baby. Don't be rude. It's okay. It's whatever. So, anywho. Panther ball. He laying down. So, baby Jaguar. You know, he got a million names. But I'm gonna always call him my son, my baby. Red as a who. GR, you trying to be funny. GR trying to be funny. Oh, okay. So when you are in rhythm, that parasympathetic nervous system knows what to expect and it gets calm. So we're trying to get calm. We're trying to get into rhythm. We're trying to find some sense of expectancy for the day, so we can relax. So what are y'all gonna do? I'm asking serious questions. What are y'all going to do? How are y'all going to anchor into regulation? What are y'all going to do every day to say, hey, I can depend on myself. I can get my needs met. I'm trustworthy. And this is leisurely. I think that, you know, my favorite thing is to write. Really, I love writing. And I love learning. Writing and learning. I think I already do it every day anyway. I can't help it. I do it every day. You're out now enjoying the nights. Ooh, you taking a walk? I love that for you. I think those are my favorite leisurely activities. Oh, you gonna get a dog to go on walks? Oh, that's cute. Not even only that, when y'all have skill-based, creative, leisurely activities, it builds personal intimacy. You know, people want to be intimate with other people, but you have to be intimate with yourself. Okay, period, Shine. I know, right? It do sound fun. So you have to have personal intimacy first, because self-work is almost like marriage. Except in marriage, you have somebody else to work with. But self-work is the same thing, because you are married within yourself. You got a physical body and a spirit working together. So you have to find ways to build personal reliance, trust, safety, stability. And this is going to help you have a better relationship with yourself altogether. You want to have a better relationship with yourself? Enjoy your self-creative, skill-based, leisurely activities. It helps you to feel more connected altogether. And when you connect to yourself, it's easier for you to connect with other people. Thank you, Riley. You can connect with other people. You can enjoy yourself. You can feel safe in other people's environment, because you know that yourself will not lead you astray. You need to hit the lotto? Me too. So I don't want you guys to think that, let me go get into this creative leisure, and, you know, my life is going to be 100 times better. It's going to take a little time. Okay, period, John. It's going to take some time for you to adjust to yourself and enjoying these things if you have not ever done these things before. If you have not been interested in focusing on the things that you enjoy, it's going to take a little bit of time. So allow yourself that time, and one thing I want you guys to really know is, do not try to be a perfectionist when it comes to enjoying your leisurely activities. Make sure that the hobbies that you do, there's no reason why you have to be perfect in it. If you grew up with parents that only was like, you got to be perfect to receive love from me, fix that within yourself. Work on that and love yourself. Tell us more about intimacy. I don't think, even if I tried to explain it, you might not comprehend what I'm saying. So let's take it a little slow. Philosophical book by Rachel Polton. Who is that? Hey, JJ War. Hi again. Don't be trying to blame your algorithm for showing up again when you know it was you. You looked me up, friend. I know you did. Don't play with me. So, when leisure becomes a performance, and it's like, oh, I have to do this, I need to do it like this, it takes the fun out of it. You're no longer in the flow state. So whether you work on cars for fun or you bake cakes for fun, let it be a process that you can fail at. Because I told you guys already about children. I told you guys already about children and playing, and the importance of play on children's development. And the problem with life is that people think that playing ends when you're a child, when you exit childhood. But play never ends. Life is supposed to be playful altogether. And the thing about it is play never ends. It just shifts as life goes on. No, you're not supposed to be childish, disrupting people's life because you want to play pranks when you 80 years old. But as adults, one of our forms of play is leisure. That's a time in our life where we get to do whatever we want. We can make mistakes, learn from it, and experience life still and realize I survived. I'm still here. Who got 3 baby mamas, Ray? That is not leisurely. JY, not JJY. I know you was. I just know. Welcome to the live, friend. Who got 3 baby mamas? That is not okay. 1 baby mama, not okay. Y'all need to get married. Don't have outside children. That is so ghetto. JJY got 3 baby mamas. Oh no! Not you got 3 baby mamas. This is not the time. It's not okay, JJY. Hello, ma'am. Hello. Oh, he said, no, not me. I'm not gonna lie. I know people very close to me with 3 baby mamas. They all slow. They all are very slow. The first baby mama you can't blame, like Mariah Carey. You can't blame the first baby mama because you never really knew what was going on. But that second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth baby mama, oh yeah, something wrong with these hoes. Something is wrong. Hello, Esmanur. Ray, you talking about bake a cake. I'm too lazy for that. I'm telling you. Ray, you depressed, baby. We got to get you out your depression. We got to make something fun for you. You got to do something fun. You ain't got to bake a cake. But you can do something. Your cat is overreacting again. Tell your cat I said meow. Cake sound good. Ray talking about I love pranks. Ray, we got to help you out. We got a lot of work to do with you, Ray. Sean, you said, I'm to myself. I used to have a rack of people around me. Now I just be to myself. Sometimes you just don't know who really genuine. Relationships be one-sided. The connection don't be beneficial. And that's why I feel like when you get to a point where you feel like there ain't nobody to trust, I can't even have a relationship with da-da-da, you have to go back to the drawing board. Because the problem is people are trustworthy. People are very predictable. You just have to see their predictability and keep them in a box. Okay, this is somebody who I can only chill with doing work stuff. I can talk to this person about business. I can talk to this person about cooking and recipes. This person, we have a lot more in common, so I could talk to this person about a variety of things. But the problem is we see certain people and we expect them to fill every one of our needs. And growing up, I had a real issue with this. I could not comprehend this. But when you go through enough situations where you see, okay, I've been trying to make this person be who they're not, you start realizing, okay, I'm the problem. I knew this person was not who I wanted them to be, but for some reason I really wanted them to be this way. And it just wasn't working, So see the red flags early. See the little inconsistencies early. I got one person who at first I was like, oh, I can be friends. I felt like there was a spiritual connection. I was like, I can be friends with this person. I'm gonna be cool with this person. Then I started realizing we be planning stuff and they cancel last minute. Oh no, baby. We can't be cool like that. Because being honest, I'm somebody who needs consistency. I need somebody to follow through. If you're gonna do something, follow through and do it. No shame or anything. It's not like I stopped talking to this person. The past Meiana, though, used to be queen of blocking. I used to block people at any slightest inconvenience. But when I learned that I can categorize people and use it to my benefit, really, because, now I know I just can't hang out with you, but I know that in a different setting, I can depend on you for something, just not to hang out. Maybe if I have questions, maybe if I need the answers to something, I can depend on you for something. Good for you, Deep. Happy for you. So that's why I want y'all to start paying attention to what is the consistent behavior from this person. Once you do it 2 times, that's enough, right? 2 times is enough to say this is most likely a behavioral trait of this individual. So I'm going to trust that what I'm experiencing is really happening. And I'm going to trust that I don't like that. So I'm no longer going to try to make them fit into this box, right? The relationship between trash mother suckers are profiting off of you, like you're the beneficial one. You will have people around you that can't help you to nothing. You'll be the one that's plugging them. And as long as you realize I'm the plug, they just trying to get the energy from me being the plug, then you just be like, okay, start using them, you know? I think a lot of people are afraid because they don't know where their power is. So when you start saying, I can do this, you know, they keep calling me, asking me for $10. Well, then start calling them, asking them for $10. Even if you don't need it. It's petty, but hey, they gonna stop. Mind y'all, I've been trying to figure out how to plug this conversation in because y'all know I work with kids on the spectrum, y'all. Y'all know I work with kids on the spectrum. So I got one class, it's this little girl in elementary school. She always say, Miss Lovings, Miss Lovings, Miss Lovings, Miss Lovings. Like she just did this the other day. Miss Lovings, Miss Lovings. I'm like, what, girl? She like, I'm hungry. I'm like, me too. Why are you telling me this? No, I don't be like that. But I do be like, I'm hungry too, girl. What's tea? Why are you? Stop telling me this. I be like, girl, you stressing me out. Please stop calling my name. She say, Miss Lovings, Miss Lovings, Miss Lovings. And then I have in the middle school that I work at, I have this boy who bigger than me. This boy bigger than me. He worse than the little girl. Whole time he say, Miss Lovings, Miss Lovings. And then he'll come and smile in my face. He'll come to my face, be standing right next to me and start smiling. And I be having to be like, please, personal space. Get away from me, please. With love. Go sit down. Siéntense, por favor. And whole time he just smiling, Miss Lovings, Miss Lovings. Imagine being in a classroom for 1 hour. And 45 minutes of that hour, somebody is calling your name consistently. So, you know what I do? I say their name. This is not their real name for HIPAA purposes. But Bob, Bob, Bob. And I will get in their face, Bob, 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 what's up? I'm hungry. You know? I had one kid, and I'm only telling y'all this because y'all gotta do what people do to you back to them. They do not like that. And they will stop. They start seeing it as a punishment. Because they like, oh my God. I've done it so many times. I've done it so many times. I mean, you do it to me, I'm doing it back. This little girl. I do it mostly with the kids because that's all I'm around most of the days. But if I had people around me doing this, I would do it to them too. But I had this little girl just being bad as hell. Jumping on the table. And these kids think that I don't care what you deal with. There are just certain behaviors I'm not dealing with. I don't care what you want. I don't care. So this little girl jumping on the table. And so me personally, I don't like that. I told her to get down. So guess what I did? She wanted to jump on the table. I said, you want to jump on the table? You're standing on the table. For the rest of the class, you're standing on the table in the same position. So I stood there with her, holding her, standing on the table. This little girl, she's so mad at me. She's kicking me in the stomach. I don't care. Little girl kicks, so it don't really hurt. But she started being like, get me off the table. She talked to her teachers talking about, help me. Girl, ain't nobody about to help you. You want to jump on these tables? You stay on the table then for the rest of the class. So guess what? I told her, if you can be still on this table 30 seconds, I'll let you down. So she eventually calmed down. She was still on the table for 30 seconds. And I let her get off the table. But guess what? She didn't get on that table for the rest of the class. So I'm telling you those stories because although this is with children, you do it with adults. They ask you for money, they ask you for help. Just start doing the same thing to them, and they gonna stop or ignore it. You can either ignore it or do it back to them. Those are just two options. There's a million options out there. So yeah, but I was telling the teacher that because she's in the classroom. I work with kids. I go in the classroom. I don't teach the kids. I go in the classroom and I teach the kids for a little bit. But I was talking to her teacher and I was telling her about the older kid who do that. She said, "Oh my God, I will be so scared," because she worked with little kids, so she don't work in middle school. She's like, "I would be so scared." I said, "Scared of what, girl? If that, I've had a little boy try to hit me. I grabbed his hand so quick, and I said, 'Boy, what the hell is wrong with you?' I'm not playing with these kids. I will hit you back. I don't care." JJ War said, "Treat people how you want to be treated." Mind you, I ain't never hit a kid though, but I wish a kid would. You said you was venting for a minute, Sean. Okay. You know what I mean, John. Facts. Discipline. Exactly, Rico. That's exactly what it is. Because some of these kids don't get disciplined, and I'm not playing with you. That's what I tell the kids all day. Don't play with me. Don't play. Some Asian cultures, kids stay quiet when the teacher around. That's a sign of respect. Hey, Manju. That makes sense that I work with kids. Oh, okay. So yeah, that's all I can tell y'all. Y'all get scared to have these relationships with people because y'all afraid of how y'all gonna be treated or certain outcomes. But just treat them the same way they treating you. If somebody's being disrespectful, literally do the same exact thing. Sometimes they won't even realize that that's what you're doing is mimicking them. That's how unaware some people are. They won't even realize, oh, this person is doing the same thing I did to them. Ray said some teachers scare kids. LOL. That's what I want to do. I want all, because I'm the fun teacher. I'm like the aunt, right? Like when you think of a family, the teachers are the parents. I'm like the aunt, right? I come in, I see these kids once a week, and we have a good old time. But just because we having fun don't mean that y'all about to play with me. John, you know I have that moment every day. Don't be in the teachers lounge. Don't listen to the conversations with the teachers. That's always the conversation with the teachers. Fuck them kids. I'm telling you the truth. It's one of them things, like, I love them. I want the best, but fuck them kids. Y'all got me fucked up. JJ said, "Nah, I don't want revenge, because if I start, the devil will sit and take notes." Not sit, take notes. Oh my God. No, for real. Me first. Exactly, Ray. That's why, when you come from a broken home, that's why as a teacher, that's all you can do is provide structure and say, get with the program or get left behind. Welcome back, Jared. Get with the program or get left behind. And that's one thing I always try to tell, like, my students, is that, hey, I care about you. I want the best for you. I'm here to support you. I'm here to help you. But I'm not about to play with you. I'm not playing with you. Like earlier, I'm just telling y'all, now I'm just venting about work. Earlier, I was with some kids. I told you I work with Spanish-speaking kids. So I picked these two kids up. And a lot of times they be like, I want to stay with you. I don't want to go back to certain classes. Depending on what class it is, kids might like a class. They be like, girl, let me go to class. Some classes, they like, I don't like this class. I'm happy you picked me up. So I try to pick them up from the classes that they don't like, typically. So I changed my schedule to pick these kids up at a certain time because they say they don't like a certain class. So I picked these kids up, and this little boy keeps speaking in Spanish. I'm like, okay, cool, Spanish, cool, but speaking English. We got to learn this stuff in English. And so the whole time he kept speaking Spanish. So I said, okay, you going to keep speaking Spanish. We're going back to class. The little girl with him, they like friends. She like, please, just act right. I don't want to go back to class. And he don't stop speaking Spanish. I said, okay, well, we done. Time to go. I kept them at the needed because I got to keep them for a certain amount of time. So I just started doing work on my own. I said, okay, y'all don't want to do the work. You don't want to do the work. Okay, I'm just going to do this. And I got up and I took them back to class. Then he like, I don't want to go back. I'm about to skip. Oh, now I'm walking you to class. And now your teacher about to see you walk in this class. I'm not about to play with these kids. And now the other kid was like, oh my God, don't talk to me. Talk to the other kid. Like, don't talk to me. You just made me mad. I didn't want to go back to class. And that's why. Don't be hanging out with people who don't listen to authority, because now you're getting punished. Chrissy, yeah, you late to class, friend. You about 2 hours late. Have any other kids ever reported that they hungry? They always talking about they hungry. Lunch is not lunchtime. Wait till lunch. Keep letting them know, because the real world ain't gonna be nice to them. Gotta show them how things work. Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. No, Sean, you gotta speak loving and you gotta be mean at the same time. I was talking to one of my other teacher friends. She was like, she be throwing chairs and cussing. I said, I don't know if I'm gonna get to that level, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do to show the kids that you're not the one to play with. You're not the one. Let me go ahead and finish this conversation so I'm not on here all day. I'm a little bit late on time. But sometimes routine can be negative. Sometimes routines can be negative. So is this my right? This is my notes. Yeah, this is the notes. Okay, here we go. So there are some people who need to plan every bit of their day. Every single piece of their day is taken down, and I'm eating at 9:15. I'm walking out the door at 9:35. I'm getting in the car at 9:40. I'm starting the car at 9:41. Like, there are people out there who really plan their day to the T, right? Because they feel like, I have to control. That is a sense of over control. You know, as humans, we want to have a sense of control through structure and routines, but we don't want to try to control the world, right? And so what happens is, when you get into that flow of overly structuring your day when it's not necessary, it decreases your ability to get in the flow state, because now you're 1 minute off. Now you have this relationship with time, which is another thing I want to talk about. Now you have this relationship with time where it's like, okay, I'm 1 minute behind. Now you're stressed out. Now you're stressed out. So I want you guys to understand that, yes, you need structure, but it does not need to be a constricted flow of structure. You don't need to plan every single thing in your day. Now, Ray, with the structure, overly structuring, no, that is not a personal experience. I've never overly structured anything ever in my life. I don't even know how I would do that. That would make me go crazy if I felt like I had to do something at a certain time every day. So, you know, that being in that vibration is the vibration of control. It constricts your nervous system. It constricts your vagus nerves. And it can make you overly watchful. You know, when you're overly watchful of expecting certain things, it starts to feel like, okay, when am I going to get, when am I, you know, but you have an open space for things to come in your life, because now you're overly scheduled. Now, I'm not saying that if you're a busy person, let's say you have kids to pick up at a certain time, you want to eat, you want to do this. I'm not saying if you have a lot of things on your daily planner on certain times, that means that you're overly structured. That could be a positive thing. I'm saying when you are in the mindset of controlling your time, and now you're like, well, leisurely time is going to be from this time, sleeping at this time, this like, when every single thing is structured. And I don't know if I'm really explaining this to the point of what I want to explain, but let's just summarize it. When you are in a controlling state of being, where you feel like you need to control every aspect of your day, it will stress you out, and your leisurely time may not be as enjoying when you're in that mindset as well. because now you're in a mindset of expecting things to happen in a certain way. Thank you, Rico. Thank you, Jeffrey. I love you too. Thank you, JJ War. Deep said sun up, sundown, military time. So, overstructured living often develops from early environments where unpredictability felt unsafe. So, control becomes a form of self-protecting. So, if you feel like you have to protect yourself by controlling every aspect of your day, it's just promoting more anxiety within you if you feel that way. And that's an anxiety-based living. So, you might overplan your leisure time, right, to maximize productivity. You might feel guilty resting because you've equated resting with laziness. You lose spontaneity, which is the reason why we get joy. We get novelty because we have spontaneous moments. So, you don't want to over schedule things because then it starts to feel dull. You might feel burnt out if you're not able to manage it, and you don't have as much emotional fulfillment. Hey, Craig. So it reduces your ability to play. And remember, leisurely activities are meant to be playful. You think I'll be amazing, Lucifer? Go watch my old videos. Y'all want to see what my real hair look like, just go watch my old videos. Not Craig and Day Day. Okay. So I like this. It says healthy structure has porous edges. Do you know what porous is? Let me see if I can find you a picture. You think of a sponge. Find y'all a picture. Porous. Because sometimes we need the visual to associate when we think about certain things. When I tell y'all, the internet, the phones, the things have just been going so slow. I'm getting so tired of it. Oh my God. So let's just say like, okay. Let's just say that you are planning leisurely activity. Let's say at 8 o'clock, well, let's not even say it's on a timing based schedule. Let's just say that after you get home, take a shower, eat real quick something, you say, okay, I'm going to enjoy leisurely activities. You don't go and say, okay, I'm going to do this and this during my leisurely activity. What you say is, overall, I might want to accomplish, let's go back to robotics. Y'all know I don't know nothing about robotics, but hey, it's the first thing on my mind. We know that we want to engage in a skill-based activity of robotics. We love robotics. It's so fun. I'm the tech queen. So I'm going to say that today I really want to learn how to program my robot to say hi. Well, that's not a hard cutoff of, well, today I am going to program my robotics to say hi. I'm going to learn what the blue cord is, the yellow cord is. I'm going to plug it up in this way, right? It's a different type of energy when you're like, when you have the freedom to explore, how am I going to learn to say my robots to say hi, right? It gives you the energy of being able to do as you go. I'm still trying to find this picture, y'all. Porous. Here's a picture of porous. Remember, just imagine a sponge. That means it's flexible, it's fluid, it's not structured, it goes in different ways. Am I suffering from flu? No. So again, we just think that enjoying your skill-based leisurely activity. Remember that with these skill-based leisurely activities, it really does boost your self-confidence. It really does boost your self-confidence. It allows you to become more intimate with yourself. You trust yourself. You can rely on yourself more, all from doing things that you love in a playful way. Literally, all from doing what you love in a playful way. And I always tell you guys, because there are so many leisurely activities that were skill based that I didn't do forever, but it taught me so much about an aspect of life that I would have never imagined. You know, me doing tarot is a skill based leisurely activity. And the skills that I got from that is things that you could never, if you never done it, you wouldn't know, you know? Me, I used to make resin products. You know, the things that I used to make were from resin. I used to literally make earrings and ashtrays, and I used to sell it. And that's what really got me into doing business, learning how to do business, and knowing what type of business that I wanted to do, because it used to be a creative business where it was very personalized for each person. And then I started realizing I don't want to do personalized work. Like, it's so much work to say, okay, everybody has their personal order. Then I have to go through a 3-day process to get this personal order out for one person. It didn't feel worth it. So I learned one thing from that, and it moved me to a next area of my life. So your skill-based leisure does not mean you have to do it for the rest of your life. It could be something that you're just interested in for this moment, you know, this moment of your life. So don't even think that, oh, this skill-based leisure is going to take me out the hood. Just enjoy something for one time in your life. Just enjoy doing something and learn it for the purposes of being interested in it. Don't have any expectations for it, but know that this could possibly be something where you can level up your own personal interest and your understanding of the world around you. There's some people who they lost weight. Thank you, Craig. There's some people who lost a lot of weight. And now guess what? Like Tony Fine. Y'all know who Tony Fine is? If y'all don't be on TikTok, you might not know who Tony Fine is. But Tony Fine is a woman who used to be obese and overweight, and she will tell you herself. She lost the weight, she got in shape, and she manages her life in a way now. Now she creates her whole entire business on healthy eating. Like, what exactly? Let me see. Tony Fine. Let's look up a little Tony Fine. Online nutrition coach. I didn't even know she was a nutrition coach. Tony Fine is a fitness coach who is passionate about helping people reach their full potential and achieve not only their dream bodies, but okay, period. Potential and achieve not only, oh my God, jeez Louise, not only their dream bodies, but also their dream lives. With years of experience, Tony has developed a unique approach that focuses on empowering you to make sustainable lifestyle changes that go beyond just physical transformation. So she was formerly overweight at 225 pounds. Of discipline, commitment, and hard work. She believes that anyone can achieve their goals with the right mindset and guidance. So she lost the weight. She did this. She didn't do this with the intentions that I'm going to build a whole empire on helping people eat healthy and lose weight. But guess what? She focused on something that she was interested in. It probably became a hobby in her leisurely time. So it was an active hobby for her. She got interested in it. She became invested in it. She grew her knowledge in it, and she grew a whole brand around it. Even with Mona Leo, y'all know I love me some Mona Leo. Mona Leo has her own back history story of her being depressed, you know, and one day she just got in a booth. She said she was with some people. She got in a booth. She did something. It sounded good, and she started investing her time into doing that more often. Where you go? Who you look up? Oh, hey friend, come here, baby. Come here, sunny one. Let me see. So there are so many people. You just do something that you're interested in. You don't even know where it's gonna take you. Here's my son, y'all. You don't know where it's gonna take you. So that's why you want to invest in your skill-based where are you going? Invest in your interests and your skill-based leisurely activities. Life will be amazing for you, you know. I like to show y'all my son because I know y'all like seeing my son. He don't want to be up here though. So here's Sunny Money. You be hearing him purring, Rico? You got some good ears. You be wearing headphones? What is it? He do be purring though. So y'all, Lucifer, he know his mama. I'm real heavy-handed. I'm real heavy-handed. I can't help it. Mama, she used to grab me and my brother by the arms to pick us up. One arm, pick us up. Boom. Baby, I'm stronger than what I feel like I am. I'm not gonna lie. I used to be one of the people, when I would laugh, I would push people. Then they fly across the room on accident. People don't want to be around me when I start laughing. I have to stop. Yo, cat want to see my cat? So I was just talking to my friend because I was doing her hair the other day, but I was rushing because I had things to do. And she was like, yo, your daughter, you gonna have a daughter. Your daughter is not gonna want you to do her hair. I said, she gonna be used to it. She said, I'm real heavy-handed. I said, girl, be thankful I'm even touching his head. What, Warner John, that I be laughing? Be thankful y'all not around me. Y'all be cracking me up. Y'all be cracking me up. So let me see. What's the topics that we have left? Because we talked about a lot today. What skill? Y'all tell me. What'd you do? No, cuddling? Okay. That's cute. Who you cuddle with? Now, y'all tell me, what skill-based leisurely activity are y'all going to do? Let's look up a list. Y'all got to tell me something. Shoot, hula hooping is a skill. Y'all ever seen them people hula hoop and jump rope? That's a skill. That's an active skill as well. So y'all not giving me the list I'm looking for. This is what happens when you search on Google. It don't just be direct. Coloring is a skill. Coloring is a good leisurely creative skill. Happy birthday. Whose birthday is it? Y'all keep saying she thinks she's so funny. I cannot help it. I'm telling y'all. I can't help it. I'm looking up a list for y'all. Y'all about to tell me. Thank y'all for the likes. I'm really funny, no name. Thank y'all. Thank you, thank you. You know, sometimes it be like that. Y'all know what true love is? Y'all know what true love is? True love is me doing things that I do not enjoy because I want to show up for other people. That's true love right there. Things I have no interest in at all. Because I love my people so much. You love me, Robinson. Thank you. I love you too. Like, I just feel like this is the epitome of loving people. And yeah, compromise. It's a compromise. Exactly. Because it's like, I want to be here for you, but I actually have no interest in these things whatsoever. So I'm only coming here for you because I love you. That's what little Uncle Curtis said. The jokes just flow right through him. You know, something like that. No, let's be so for real. When I was a kid, you know, when you raise around a lot of people, I had a lot of cousins. Like, my grandma has like 11 grandkids. Like, I got a lot of cousins. And that's just my primary cousins, because I got more cousins outside of that. Those are just the cousins I was raised around. And I seen them very often. I got more cousins outside of that. So when you raise around a lot of people, you get to see people's personality. And I just used to remember One of my cousins who we laugh together all the time. When we see each other, we laughing all the time. But I used to be like, this girl is so funny. Like, she just used to be so funny. So I was like, bro, I want to be as funny as her. And then one day, I just was funny. Like, you know? So, but here's some things to do. You come from a big family too? Period. Coming from a big family is a very interesting thing because I didn't really realize that that's what it was. And that's probably why I'm so good at engaging with people, because it's so many people to talk to in a big family. But here's some things you can do. What? John, you talking about Jared and you laughing, but I don't understand. What did Jared say that was so funny? I don't get it. So we're gonna go through this list, and I'm gonna go through the list. We're gonna talk about the next topic, which will be Sunday. He called me chocolate. Oh, I must not have seen it because I don't see it. Okay, question. Don't be too funny in the chat. But thank you. Thank you, Craig. So these are some things. Sunday, what time? 11 a.m. Central Time. Make sure that you note that it is in Central Time. You got to watch football. Enjoy your football. You know, I don't know. Y'all all watching football at 11 o'clock on Sunday? Okay, thank you, question. And are y'all all watching football 11 o'clock a.m. Central Time Sunday? Is that what y'all doing? Y'all let me know. Because if we need to push it back, I'm cool at 1 o'clock. I'm cool for 1 o'clock Central Time. It's up to y'all. So here's a list. You can paint. You can draw, sketch, pottery, sculpting, calligraphy, focusing on your handwriting. I know a lot of... Look, one thing that people don't realize is that your handwriting says a lot about your personality. Your handwriting says a lot about your personality. Now, I'm not the one focusing on handwriting, but if you want to improve your personality, sometimes you can do that through improving your handwriting skills. You can do candle making, soap making, jewelry making, woodworking, furniture restoration. Go to the thrift store, go get you a little $10. Like I just saw a video earlier, this guy, he found a little $2 desk and a $10 like a mini fridge, and he restored it. It looks so good. And then that was $12, but he invested so much of his energy, his skill, and now he gets a personal fulfillment from it. So you can do dancing, ballet, salsa, hip hop, yoga, tai chi, qigong, martial arts. Y'all know y'all knew them kids, the little black kids who did martial arts, I know where they at now. They're probably very successful. I would love to, if I have a son, I would love to put him in something like martial arts. That would make my day. Aerial skills, pole dancing. I know some of you guys might like it. Okay, I know y'all might like the pole dancing. We'll see. Figure skating, roller skating, gardening, landscaping, rock climbing, hiking, swimming, or water aerobics, which is an exercise. No Name said, I love my pottery session. Okay. Craig, you said you was told that about handwriting? Yes, it's actually a whole book about how to decipher people's personalities through handwriting. I know because I've read some of it, not all of it. John, you're not asking the right questions. So more journaling, writing, creative writing, poetry, spoken word, blogging, or storytelling. Studying etymology. See, studying etymology. That's one thing I love. Studying etymology. I'm doing well, Cornay. Hey, baby. I ain't seen you in a minute. I'm doing well. How are you doing? You enjoy watching the pole dance? Okay, P-Valley. Okay, Ray. Remember, y'all, I hope y'all paying y'all's worth. Paying their worth. That is a real skill. If they getting on that pole, man, that is a real skill. And that's an exercise as well. So make sure that you are paying them people they worth. Okay, pay their worth, right? Pay their worth. So speech writing, storytelling, podcast. I know what you meant, John. I know what you meant, but you know, not everybody knows how to decipher the difference. So it's a no. It's a no. Doing tarot, learning a new instrument, singing, voice lessons, DJ mixing, you know, making the music, acting, you know, spoken word, making poetry, public speaking, podcast, even poetry clubs. That would be a nice little thing. Cooking, baking, making new teas, brewing new teas. Like if you're a herbologist, I don't know if that's the word, herbologist. You're into herbs and stuff. Mixology, so you know, making drinks, adult drinks. Organizing or designing your home space. I just seen a woman on the YouTube, I think it was on YouTube. She went and painted her bathroom in stripes. So she went through and put tape all around her bathroom to make the stripes, and then she painted it. Herbologist, no, herbs. I mean, it's not drugs, friend. It's not like medical drugs, but it is herbs. Like chamomile. Have I ever dreamt that I was falling and reacted to it in real life? No, but I have seen people falling asleep and I'll push their head and watch them wake up in fear. So, so more things: organizing, designing your home, DIY projects, upcycling things from the thrift store. I used to love doing that as a kid, like going to the thrift store and like buying some jeans and then cutting the jeans up. Like I used to love doing that, and I really want to get back into that. Cutting my clothes up. J.R. talking about you're toxic. I really want to get back into that creativity of cutting my clothes up because I used to really enjoy cutting my clothes up. I'm telling you, Rico, I'm telling you. Gardening, growing herbs, fermentation or sourdough making. So making bread is an actual skill. Pretty cool. Horticulture. Lucifer said horticulture. So there's spiritual and mindful creative leisures. So creating altars or sacred spaces, vision board making, studying astrology, candle magic, Reiki, sound baths or crystal singing bowls, meditation, practicing gratitude, taking online courses, learning coding, graphic design, photography, financial literacy, building a small business or digital shop, or even playing chess or strategy games. Right? Talking about candle magic is voodoo. If that is all the knowledge that you have about candle magic, then that is what it is for you, friend. Ray talking about making bread. Why not buy the bread? Ray, don't you just have something to say about everything? No Name said cattle work. Okay, farmer. I love it. Yes. We got to get back to the farms. We got to get back to the farms, y'all. We got to get back to the farms. So JJ War is giving us another skill-based leisure. Dreaming. Dreaming, but the word is slipping my mind. I keep thinking insidious. That's not the word I'm trying to say. It's not insidious. It's not intuitive. You know when you begin to control your dreams? What word is that I'm trying to say, y'all? You already? Okay, period. No name. What word is that, y'all? I know y'all know. Y'all gotta know. When you can control your dreams. When you realize that you're in a dream, you start to do it. Vivid dreaming. Yes. I feel like it's another word. I have the internet right next to me. See? Lucid dreaming. Thank you. Astral projecting is another one. Lucid dreaming. Vivid dreaming, it was very close, but it was lucid dreaming. That's what I was looking for. No, I do not vape. I do not believe in vaping. I don't understand the vaping life. I thought a dream is a dream, right? It's so much to the world that you have to explore. So, day trading. Okay, Lucifer. Vivid dreaming is the opposite, really. Okay, thank you, Ren. Thank you, baby. So, y'all, hey, Anna. I just had a whole list. What y'all getting into? Because y'all know me, my leisurely activities is definitely etymology, writing, journaling, YouTube, going on live on YouTube, talking to y'all, hey, business, building my business, providing my services. But at one point, my leisurely activities was lucid dreaming. I used to work on lucid dreaming and I would get there. Lucid dreaming was a fun experience, but I was never a master of it. This is like a job. It's a fun job. And, me being on YouTube, y'all not paying me. Every now and again, I get some really nice supporters. I appreciate my supporters who do send me some money, but I do this for free, y'all. That's how you know you really love it. No name, don't play. No name. I got it right here. I got it right here. Yep. Thank you, Ray. So y'all, now you got to tell me, what's y'all's activity? Deep said reading. What you reading, friend? What we reading? What you reading? Hi, Manuel. Deep said reading. I know earlier, somebody else said cooking. Lucifer, you just said day trading. Oh, right. We gotta get you out the hood. You said 10 steps ahead. Talk about just joking. Okay. What's y'all's leisurely activity? Tell me, what are y'all doing? What's the skill-based leisurely activity that y'all are working towards? And if you cannot answer this question, your next step is to find something that you enjoy to do and that you really want to learn. There is what? It's called ASMR. You like ASMR? Hello, everybody. Today, I hope you guys are enjoying yourselves. I think I would be really good at ASMR. Ray, if you call yourself lazy one more time, it's not a healthy identity. It's not healthy. Okay, JJR. Okay, Rurico, you be on it. You be on it. You be having the time of your life. I love that. Ray, please. Please. Hold it, buddy. I got something for you. You know what? I'm about to start having a soundboard. I'm about to get a soundboard for y'all. Because I'm going to let y'all know. I got something for y'all. Question. Hold up. Let me play my soundboard for y'all. Hold up. When y'all say some shit, I'll be like, okay, what's wrong with these niggas? These people just be saying whatever y'all want to say. Hold I got something for y'all. Hold up. The police is on the way. The police is on the way. Be prepared. Put your hands behind your back and get ready. The police is on the way. I'm gonna put the soundboard on. Y'all gonna get it every time somebody come in here saying some stuff. The police is on the way. You better hurry up. Right? What that mean? Lucifer, you say you like riding the E-way. What is that? So relaxing. Little, okay. The E-way. What is the E-way? Is that doing donuts? Hello again, Robinson. John. Charlie, inappropriate questions. For real. Inappropriate comments. Darius talking about, I'm about to look ASMR up. Those people be weird. You are obviously very interested in the court of law. In the court of Meiana, the sage. You're going to jail, buddy. Buckle up. What's going to happen? I'm going to go find me a picture of a white man with a little beard that look like a police. And every time I'm just going to put it on the screen on the background. And I'm going to play the music. Y'all going to know what's going on. Just get ready. You're going to jail, buddy. He going to have a buzz cut and everything. It's not the police you want to interact with. Well, I'm looking at police officers showing all black police officers. The algorithm must know me. But y'all, I gotta go. It's already 7:25, y'all. I gotta go. I got to go, y'all. So, y'all, make sure that if you are interested in having a better life altogether, you feel like you lazy, like Ray, we're gonna get you out of that laziness, because you're not lazy. You just don't know what to do. You feel meaningless. You don't have fulfilling relationships around you. You can't trust relationships. You have lack intimacy within yourself. Y'all make sure if you have these problems that you're dealing with, this is what I'm here to support you in solving and overcoming. Book a free 15-minute consultation. Let's talk about it so you can get more information on what I do for you. I do for you, right? So go to the website, Transition with Leisure, book a little 15-minute consultation. We're going to have a little conversation. You're going to be telling me what's up, and I'm going to say, this is what it sounds like. And you're going to be like, oh, wow, you just, 15 minutes, you just read me. So, thank you, Rico. Thank you, John. Y'all welcome, y'all welcome. Right now, Ray's talking about I'm not lazy, LOL. Okay. Food stamps. I might accept food stamps if you can send it my way. Let me put it on the Walmart app, and I'll go shopping. No, 15 minutes is free. It's a free consultation, though. I love you too, Robinson. So I will see you guys later. I hope you guys enjoyed the live, and we'll talk more about it Sunday. This is about one of the last weeks that we'll be working on this before we move to our next conversation, because I'm trying to get you married. Y'all coming here just saying the most absurd things, asking for my number. I don't be understanding. Y'all ask me if I'm married. Y'all ask me for my number. Y'all want to be with me. We gonna get you some bad bitches. So get ready for the get the bad bitches conversation, and y'all gonna get married. Y'all gonna enjoy it. Okay? So y'all have a wonderful day. Bye.